Good morning, how are you doing today? We're going to be going over a new fragrance from Bath & Body Works today. We're going to give it an in-depth sniff and review, but I also really like comparing it to something that you might be familiar with, something that Bath & Body Works has released in the past. So the fragrance we are covering today is Calypso Clementine. Just a little while back, I was able to grab it in a full-size body lotion, and so this is going to be a review of the body lotion fragrance, not necessarily the shower gel or the fine fragrance mist. Even though the fragrance should be the same across the board for forms, there are sometimes slight differences in the shower gel versus the spray or the lotion versus the shower gel, for instance. So just note that my opinions on this fragrance are going to be based off the body lotion. So here is an up-close look at what the bottle looks like for Calypso Clementine. It's nice and orange, very vibrant and exciting for spring. I know that during these months people often have winter blues, so not only is the packaging but also the name is very enticing for this time of year. We need something a little bit more uplifting, and citrus usually does the trick for that. This is the fragrance that I found is the most similar to it, at least of what I have in my own personal collection for body care, and this is Fresh Getaway. This was released in 2022. This one is definitely more of a calm approach to packaging, more of a vacation vibe, soothing, spa-like kind of bottle. I feel like they are giving off very different personas, at least in the packaging, but I found that the smell is similar enough to my nose that they will be really interesting to compare and contrast. It's amazing what inflation can do for a company. So in terms of comparing price point, this is when body lotions were $13.50. Like I said, this was in 2022 on the earlier side of the year. And this I purchased just a couple of weeks ago. It's 2024 now in February. And wow, this is $13.50 and this is $15.95. So it's definitely increasing. And I know everyone's been feeling that increase. So for that reason, we like that one better. But fragrance notes for Calypso Clementine are juicy clementine, neroli nectar, and coastal woods. Now, for those who aren't familiar, neroli is like an oil that is extracted from a bitter orange tree blossom, so it is very similar to like an orange blossom kind of scent, except it's a little bit more spicy and green than it is floral, at least in my opinion. Definitely on the spicy. I haven't paid too close attention, but let me know if there's another one that comes to mind. But I think the last time that Bath & Body Works used neroli as a fragrance oil was actually in the body care fragrance In the Sun, which actually came out at the same time as At the Beach, and for whatever reason, At the Beach stayed in their signature collection and you can still buy it today, while In the Sun has since been discontinued. Just smelling it straight in the bottle, it sounds like it is very true to the fragrance notes as well as the order in which the fragrance notes are listed. I definitely do smell the neroli as it smells a little bit like that In the Sun fragrance. Coastal woods, I find that it's not necessarily a woody fragrance, at least smelling it in the bottle. Rather, it almost has like a clean laundry scent, which is why I think this reminded me of Fresh Getaway a little bit. Speaking of Fresh Getaway, there are only two notes listed on the bottle for this one, and that is bright yuzu citrus and fresh ocean air. Yuzu is a citrus that I believe originates from Asia. I think they also cultivate it in New Zealand and stuff like that, so not so common in the Americas over here. It's usually described as being more similar to like a grapefruit kind of scent or flavor because it's a little bit on the bitter side, but it also has kind of overtones of mandarin oranges as well. So comparing the two citrus notes in these fragrances, I find that Fresh Getaway is a little bit more grapefruity while this is a little bit more mandarin orangey, but the fresh ocean air in Fresh Getaway and the coastal woods in the Calypso Clementine really tie them together and make them very similar. So comparing citrus notes of these two, normally I'd say this is a little bit more of a bitter grapefruit kind of citrus, while this is more of a sweet mandarin kind of situation. But the thing is the neroli really brings in that bitter spicy note that does also simulate a grapefruit, while this one actually is a little bit on the softer side in my opinion. If I were to tell you which citrus were closer to a lemon scent, it would be Fresh Getaway. So now what I'm gonna do is try them on my skin. So I'm gonna try the Fresh Getaway on my left hand, and I'm going to try Calypso Clementine on my right. This is just a reminder that if you have the opportunity to shop in stores, if you are thinking about purchasing a fragrance, it is really important to try it on your skin, even if it's a spray or a lotion or whatever you can do, because oftentimes when you spray a card or you don't try it on your skin, you just smell it from the bottle, you don't really get a good idea of what the scent is going to do once it's on your skin, because body chemistry really does change things. a lot of the coastal woods kind of note fragrance that is in the Calypso Clementine is disappearing, which is good to me because I tend to like more of a true fruity fragrance, and it's really coming off like oranges. Definitely smelling more like a lemon on my skin. And I find that it's really strong of citrus in the beginning, but as it dries down, more of that fresh, clean, salty laundry kind of smell comes out. Might be a good thing if that's the vibe I'm going for. In this case, I don't think it is because I like fruity scents, not floral and not crisp, clean scents. But if you're looking for like a lemon laundry scent, then this would have been my recommendation for you. I wouldn't describe Calypso Clementine as sweet or candy-like a lot of fragrances tend to be that are fruity. It's more of a natural, fresh, clean citrus. But that being said, it's not nearly as cottony or laundry-like as Fresh Getaway was. One thing that I don't like about the Calypso Clementine is actually the disconnect in marketing to fragrance translation. This happened with the Jolly Gingerbread Village, where I thought that the name and the packaging suggested it was going to be a certain kind of fragrance, and then it really ended up being something completely different of what I would have imagined. And I feel like that's happening with the Calypso Clementine a little bit for me. When I hear the word Calypso, I definitely think of more island, tropical. I would have thought it was going to be an orange meets coconut, maybe with some palm leaf kind of influence, or maybe more of a lemonade kind of fragrance. So because of that coastal woods note in there, it is sending it more into a fresh, clean category as opposed to a true islandy fruity scent of what I was expecting the name suggest. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you think? Do you enjoy Fresh Getaway better, or do you like the Calypso Clementine more? I hope this review and comparison was helpful for you to be able to understand what that new fragrance smells like, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Until next time, bye!